We are in this together.
You have gifts that I don't have, and I have gifts that you don't have.
That we must see. Now is the time, because it's when we all get together that we will make the changes that we must make. We are the world.
Welcome to Malcolm and We, heard on malcolmpresents.com, a new streaming system that actually reaches the whole world and the world and beyond. I mean, I'm fascinated now with these new telescopes that go up into into space, and I never can conceive where there's no end. Everything is infinite. But anyway, Malcolm and We is a show about we the people. We're partnership. Malcolm and We the people are in partnership. We the people. We the world. I keep on saying we the people. We the world are in partnership to make the world a better place, because we're all one. And with that, I will leave you to Yana Larson to introduce our show and our guest, Sage Lewis. Go, Yana.
All right. Well, thank you, Malcolm. Our guest today, Sage Lewis, is a resident of Akron, Ohio. Yay, Ohio. And he is throwing his hat in the upcoming mayoral fund stuff. He also has a huge heart, a heart that is passionate for those who are homeless. And he is one who believes in the power of one, that everyone can and should do something. He is a friend of We the World, and he is a friend of mine. Welcome, Sage.
Thank you, Jana. It's awesome to be here.
I'm glad you are. So where should we start?
Well, did you read the news about the 3 Tennessee Democrats who are potentially going to be expelled because they joined a gun reform protest?
Isn't
No, I
that
haven't
something?
seen that.
It just came over at 12:40. They're now, see, they're keeping us off. They're always like, look at the shiny thing, look at the shiny thing. And it's this, we fall for it every time that we're talking about gun reform, and they're like, no. What's really wrong are these no good Democrats. We need to expel them. Mm-hmm. And I hate to say it, but I think sometimes, well, we all fall for it, but I think sometimes my conservative friends fall for it a little bit easier, and they just love sticking it to the Dems because they have been duped by their leaders to think that Black people, LGBTQIA people, women are the problem, of America, and who the real problem are these politicians. The powerful white people in America are leading them around by the nose and screwing them.
But how do you really feel, Sage?
Well, I'm not allowed to swear, Malcolm, so you'll never know. You'll never know.
Let's get a little into your background. What are you? What were you? What did you graduate with? What made you?
My father made me. His lack of existence. My father leaving at 7. That's all this is about, Malcolm. I have real daddy issues. I'm 51 years old. I'm going to go to the grave wanting my daddy to love me, and he's never going to love me, and no one's going to love me, and I'm just going to die an unhappy, unloved man.
Well, that's not true, Sage. I love you, and I know
I don't believe you, Jana.
Dad.
No, it's not enough. It's not enough.
Lean back on the couch and tell me, what are your first?
I'm here. This is why I do these. This is why I do these talks, because I'm too cheap to do therapy. So I just go to guys like you.
He was excited to be here today because he knew. I mean, I told him how wonderful you are, Malcolm, and how
wonderful
you'll get into all the Zen and everything. And
in actuality, if you're 51, I'm old enough to be your father.
All right. Well, maybe you can love me, but you won't. Trust me. and within a half hour, you'll be like, I hate that guy so much. I will never talk
You're
to him
good.
again.
Yeah.
Love is not the answer.
No,
It's-
that's not true. He
love is
loves
not
you
the
already.
answer.
I can tell.
It's understanding.
Understanding is the answer.
It was
Compassion.
not love.
Okay, I'll take whatever, man.
Because love
Whatever.
can get
It's
you into strange
acceptance.
places.
I just feel like
Tolerance.
love is a word that gets thrown around and it's a confusing word. So, love your enemies. Like, what does that mean? Do I have to like kiss them and hug them? And I mean,
Well, I think it's a Christianity thing. You're supposed to turn the other cheek and get hit there
You
too.
get both cheeks hurt.
Yeah.
I think you're saying the same thing, Malcolm. I think
Yeah.
understanding, compassion, empathy, love, they're all synonyms. The same thing.
Believe it or not, Sage is a very compassionate person.
But okay, Sage, getting
I'll
back to
never
practical.
admit that. What?
Well, you're running for mayor of what?
No. I tried to run for mayor. I lost that. I'm running for city council of Akron.
Of Akron.
Oh, that's
Akron,
right.
Ohio.
I'm
running for
sorry. I
city
messed
council. Don't
up.
worry. Who cares?
And then that,
Yeah.
if I
I
could
was
get LeBron,
confused.
if I can get LeBron James to endorse you, how much would that be worth?
Yeah. Good luck, man. That man is doing real change. We are so lucky to have LeBron James. Do you know what he's doing in Akron? Do you follow what he's doing in Akron?
I follow some of the charities that he's doing.
Let me tell you. First of all, he opened up I Promise School. Okay. LeBron James was homeless 100 days in fourth grade, third or fourth grade. I think it's fourth grade. And he was couch surfing. He was living on couches. And then by the grace of God and the universe and all that is good in the world, he was blessed with crazy talent. So a coach housed him and his mom when he was young. And then in high school, a coach housed just him. And I believe his mom used crack, as a matter of fact. And she had a crack issue. He went on to become what we all know as LeBron James. He created a school called the I Promise School, but that's not all. He's building right now an apartment complex to give housing to all the students in his school that need housing. If you go to his school and you need housing, bam, you get it.
Yeah, isn't he also promising for those who graduate high school that they will have money for their college?
It never ends. Yeah, you'll go to college for free. We are so lucky to have LeBron James in Akron. So lucky. It's incredible.
Someone who gives back. Yeah.
He's a genius. The guy, we're so talk about understanding, This guy gets it. It's called lived experience. This guy has the lived experience of what it's like to live in inner city Akron. It's hell on earth. It's apocalypse now. It's the heart of darkness. He existed in it, and now he is trying to alleviate some of that hellish existence.
Well, Sage, are you an Akron native?
No, I'm not. I've only been here 20 years.
Oh, where are you from originally?
Medina, Ohio, 19 miles down Route 18, the racist capital of Ohio. Well, not the capital, just one of many racist towns in Ohio. I think right now Wadsworth is beating us. They now are, I think somebody is, they blow up a church or something? Yeah,
they had the Nazis there for some sort of a drag thing. I forget what it was.
Something happened. I don't know that they blew up the church, but they were talking about blowing up the church where this it was called a drag queen story hour or something like that.
It was.
And now they're talking, I don't know. Something about blowing up the church. They're assholes over there. They're assholes. And
all the hate groups were there.
Yeah. And look, let me tell you something. I respect and understand and admire conservative people. And I respect the don't tread on me philosophy, but they're backtracking on that because they're like, don't tread on me as long as whatever I believe in. if you do believe in something I don't believe in, screw you. And
Exactly.
that's where I fall down. If you want to, if look, you want to fight against women, against LGBTQIA, because you think they're the scapegoat of your problem, like the Nazis scapegoated the Jews, then we're going. We're going. I love you. I respect you. You're amazing. We need conservatives in our society to stabilize us. You don't need crazy yahoos like me running the place all the time. But you come after the oppressed because you think they're the ones hurting you. I'm ready to go to war.
Okay, what
Well,
would
that's
you?
not conservative. That's just being.
Well, they're usurping it.
Now, Sage, on day one, you're now elected.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Aside from the fact that you would want to recount because you don't believe it.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous. Yeah, there's no way I could win. I'd be like, what are you, nuts? No. I'm an underdog. I lose all the time. That's my whole message.
How many times have you run?
Only twice, but I've gone to every court in Ohio several times to try to let me shelter one homeless person in a tent on my private property. Nobody will let me do it. I'm the biggest court loser probably in Ohio. I've tried everything. Ohio Supreme Court, appellate. I tried it all. I'm sorry. No, go ahead, Jana.
Who is financing you?
The Institute for Justice is this amazing libertarian law firm that supported my case.
Are you also affiliated with the ALCU?
ACLU?
ACLU?
I love them, but they have never represented me yet.
Have you asked them to?
No, I just got fresh off of losing every case possible in the last, I ended my second try to go to the Ohio Supreme Court to hear my case. They didn't hear it. That happened about a month or two ago. Now I'm running for this thing that I'll lose, and then I'll let you know what I'll lose next. Stay tuned.
But by the way, do you do anything for a living? Or do you have a real job?
My wife would like me to work more. Yes, I'm a businessman. I run a marketing agency. My wife and I, SageRock.com. My name is Sage. Her name is Rocky. It's a online marketing firm. We've been doing this since 1999. It's what pays the bills to allow me to be like this.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay,
this is.
Maybe we could use Sage.
You can.
Yeah, we got to talk to you off camera because we're looking for marketing for Malcolm Presents.
Well, there you go, Malcolm. I'm happy to talk to you about it. I actually am not taking many clients, but I don't like no clients, but I'm full. I mean, I can't be wasting time making money, Malcolm, when I got to, yell at
save the world.
Save the world. I'm busy, Malcolm.
I think we should have you and your wife on.
Together.
Yeah.
Me and my wife, you really want to hear the truth?
Yeah.
You want to hear the truth?
No,
I don't need all that in my life. I don't need my wife on this laying down how it really is around here. Not invited. She's not invited. No. She's the one that she's the Roy Disney of my Walt Disney World. She's the one pulling all the strings.
She stays at home and does the nitty gritty work.
Are you kidding me? No, she works her ass off. She doesn't stay home. She's the real executive. She's the real executive in the family.
To let you go on your crusades.
Yeah, she thought she knew what she was getting into. We went to college together and she thought she was marrying a musician. This is what it looks like when you're 51 years old. This is what musicians become.
Let's talk about
loud
that. Where
mouth.
did you go to school?
Baldwin Wallace,
Oh, real? Okay.
Yeah, the liberal capital of the world. No.
Not.
No.
And what were you going to be? Were you going to be an opera singer, perhaps?
No, I played the cello. No.
Oh, the cello.
I just went
wow.
because I got a free ride. I never was going to be a musician.
You got a
and then I became
wow.
Yeah, and then I moved into English because music sucked, and I learned English, and then I became a bartender. Then I became a bartender, and that's it. That's all
A
there is.
mixologist.
Yeah, definitely not a mixologist, just a bartender.
How did you get into marketing?
Well, okay, I'll tell you. I was a bartender, and I watched every Archie Bunker, which is All in the Family, and George Jefferson's twice, because you're at home, like you don't go to work until 5. I watched all of them live TV in the afternoon twice, and I'm like, this is a terrible existence. And I'm like, I cannot watch these another third go round. And and so I'm like, I gotta do something with my life. And so I decided, this is very early, I decided to create a online directory for businesses in Medina, because they didn't have one. It was called the Medina homepage. I was featured prominently in the Medina Gazette for Medina homepage, because I went and I did market research. I said, hey, I went to businesses around town. I said, hey, if I put you online in a directory, would you pay like $5 or $10 to be promoted and work on it? And they're like, oh yeah, for sure. So I took the Medina yellow pages and I typed in by hand every business in Medina, because I could not watch Archie Bunker one more time.
And he did it on a manual typewriter too.
Well, on a computer. It was a computer. I had a computer. I typed every business in Medina in by hand. And I went back to all these businesses and said, I did it. You want to advertise? And they all said, hell no. That was it. That was it. But I learned how to do HTML, and then one thing led to another, and I built websites. And
I got another career for you if you're ever
interested. Let's do it. What?
Stand-up comedy.
You know what? I would love that, but I would have to prepare, actually make bits, and there's no way. There's no way.
That would take too much planning.
Too much planning. There's no way I would do it.
You don't have to do any jokes.
My life is just comedic enough. I know, it's true. This is it. This is it. I'm too lazy for that, Malcolm. No way.
Life and your opinions.
I need to just give a middle finger to the powerful man, to the white man. I just need to, both middle fingers up. That's what gets me going in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Well, he's too mushy to be doing stand-up because he wouldn't know what to say.
Are you affiliated with We the World?
I mean, yeah. Yes. Well, yes, absolutely. They're awesome.
What do you do with them?
I mean, we do this
He
kind of
helps
stuff.
on the economic justice campaign with me, with the homeless. And I have to talk to you about this. I have some ideas, Sage.
Well, let's get serious with the homeless. How are you working with them?
Not at all. They have taken me away. I've taken all my work away. I had a day center in 8,000 square feet of a building I own. We had food. We had all the meals. We had a computer lab. We had a clothing center. We had a workshop. We had internet. The city shut that down. The fire department shut that down. I had upwards of 70 people, 75 people living in my backyard in the slums of Akron. The city shut that down. I have put tents on my property so many times now that if I have signed an agreement that if I put one more tent on my private property, I will go to jail. So I'm doing nothing, Malcolm. Nothing. They've taken it all away.
And what are their reasons?
What are their reasons? They hate homeless people. They hate black people. They hate homeless people. They hate anybody. They hate poor people. They hate anybody that doesn't fit in their bigoted square peg.
But what do they suck? What do they want to do with the people?
They want them to disappear. If they could do the final solution, they would. They leave them to starve and freeze on their streets and then blame them. It's a humanitarian crime.
And how long have you been pursuing this?
Like 7 years.
7 years?
7. Yeah. And I will
And-
not stop because this is wrong on every imaginable perspective. It is wrong humanitarian wise, but it is wrong from a health perspective. It's wrong. It's unfair to the businesses that now have to house these people because I'm not allowed to house them. It's not like it's not like they kicked them off of my land and they were like, well, I guess I can't play homeless anymore. I need to go home. No, they went out and put tents on other people's property.
That don't want
Was
it.
it the neighbors? Was it the
Yeah.
neighbors, Sage?
The neighbors, the Catholic Church, they were instrumental in shutting me down.
Hmm.
F the Catholic Church. Sinead O'Connor was right. Burn a picture of the Pope every day. She was right. Do you know that? She has been justified. She ruined her career doing that burning of the Pope, but she was ahead of the curve. There was abuse going on. She was a part of the abuse, and she led the curve. God bless Sinead O'Connor.
So aside from your individual crusade, do you have any plan? Do you have a plan to help the homeless or to feed the homeless or to house the homeless?
I have a house.
Where would he
Yes.
do it? That's the
I
thing.
have a house. I feed them. I have a house. I'm still working it, but it has to be all underground. I can only shelter about 6 people right now.
But do you have any long range plan that you're trying
Yeah,
to?
I want to change the system. Look, I'm not the guy. I will sit at the bottom of the river scooping up starving homeless people and giving them food, but that's not my interest. My interest is to get to the top of the source of the problem and fix the problem, which is bigotry, classism, and racism. We hate people that don't look like us, Malcolm.
Right, but what do you do about it?
I yell like this. This is all I can do. This is all I got, Malcolm. I don't know. What should I do? I don't know. I don't know. John Brown had a genius idea. He thought he'd go down to Harper's Ferry with guns he stole from the Summit County Jail, which is in Akron. He's like, I'm going to go down there with my sons and I'm going to take over Harper's Ferry, and then I'm going to hold an insurrection with freed slaves, and we're going to take over the South. Frederick Douglass was busy that day. He's like, man, that's awesome, bro, but I got another speaking gig. Harriet Tubman just noped right out on that. She's like, that's the stupidest idea I ever seen, John Brown. He went down there. He lost two sons, got hanged over it from a place that wasn't even a legitimate city. They were the terrorists down in Harper's Ferry. And but he started the Civil War. I don't think I have the ability to start a civil war. So that's all I got, Malcolm. Me yelling on your show for a half hour.
Yeah.
You got any
But
other ideas?
You
and
have
I'm
a lot
trying
of
to,
people that
of
support
course,
you.
I'm trying to run for office. Maybe I'll get in there. I'm just going to keep trying, Malcolm. If you got any ideas of how to make me change the system, by all means, send them my way.
And we're going to talk about doing your own half-hour show.
Dude, I got my own podcast, but I'll do it. I love
Good.
talking. Yeah, of course. Sage Against the Machine. Imagine
Yeah.
that. It's me yelling, except with swear words.
Ah.
This is really hard for me, Malcolm. I'm only giving you like 73% of me right now because I can't swear. This isn't me at 73%, Malcolm.
So how large is Akron?
190,000 people. Our peak, we had 100,000 extra people in 1960. We've been in decline ever since.
So the economy is totally down the tube in Akron.
It's
or is
dying.
it
It's dying. It's in a death spiral. And we're just, the leaders pick over our rotten meat and funnel out the tax money to their friends. with these lucrative construction campaigns or capital campaigns, and when all the money is gone, they'll just move on. They're leeches. They're parasites. They're roaches.
Well, are you saying, and are you saying that's a typical of local governments?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They all are terrible, Malcolm. Government is terrible. It's run by sociopathic, egotistical asshats. I don't think that's a swear word.
So as we were talking before the show, we're talking about philosopher kings. I think that's the old Plato's Republic. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of Plato didn't flush out. I mean, I think about being a philosopher king. I like Plato, blah, blah, blah. None of it's going to work, Malcolm. I have no hope.
So you're a complete nihilist. Nothing will work.
Yeah, I mean, maybe an absurdist. I'm more of like a like, what's that French guy that ran into the crashed his car? Camus. I'm more like a Camus absurdist. But no, Malcolm, I'm filled with hope, believe it or not. Believe it or not, otherwise I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't keep fighting. When I lose, I'm going to fight again. I'm going to fight until they murder me, literally. The only way they will stop me is if they murder me. I will never stop.
Well,
that's the John Brown in you, huh?
Yeah, I will never stop. I won't kill anybody physically, but they can kill me. Come at it.
So you're
being there.
You're after martyrhood.
No, I'm not a martyr. No, man. I give no shits about me. I don't care what happens to me. I don't care what happens after I die. I'm nothing, Malcolm. I'm nothing. I'm less than nothing.
Maybe you can play your cello on the corner and busk.
No way. It's too expensive. I don't take that thing outside.
Actually, I
you
love
still play?
Yeah, I play.
That's good. I have my clarinet and I.
I'm
at least you do. I don't. I'm over it.
I'm enthralled with Yo-Yo Ma.
Ugh.
You don't like Yo-Yo?
No, he's fine. He's just a technician.
No,
he's not a real musician. He's not a real musician.
Musical.
Yeah. No.
I've seen him in concert and he's in love with that cello. You can see on his face while he's playing.
Life, of course he's in love.
What the hell do I know?
Jacqueline Dupre, Malcolm. Go on YouTube, Jacqueline Dupre. That's a real cellist.
Who?
Jacqueline Dupre. Yes, that's a real cellist.
Yeah, that is such a beautiful instrument. But then again, it must be fun putting something between your legs and feeling it vibrate.
Yeah.
Malcolm.
What? That's reality.
Well, no, it's not. There's nothing to do with it. Not sexual at all. I'm not like, it's not that for me. Not why I picked it.
Well, to me, everything is reduced to sex. That's it's basic desires.
Eros and Thanatos, sex and death. I'm down with that.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it all comes down to that.
I mean,
maybe some wine too. I have to add the wine.
What motivates people?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do think they're afraid of death, and they're all trying to have sex. Yes, I agree. They're trying to screw the hottest thing they can find. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, just like our ex-president, who's some people are saying he's taken down by a porn star.
Oh yeah, you're talking about Bill Clinton?
No, not this time.
They all suck. They all suck.
They do. It's power.
I mean, what about Kennedy? He was probably banging Marilyn Monroe.
Oh well, evidently.
There's a lot of others.
Yeah. Don't put it on. I mean, don't just think this is Donald Trump. They all are terrible. And then George Bush Jr., I don't think he was banging anything. Barack Obama wasn't banging anything on the side. But they're war criminals. They're worse.
Speaking as a woman, after like my whole work life of being harassed, I swore I would never work with men again.
Good.
And I haven't.
We suck. Yeah, smart move.
I mean,
Anna.
take those men out of their suits, and they're just basic.
No, well, they say power corrupts, and I think it goes with. I guess the word is lust. If you have that lust for life, it's a natural instinct. It's
lust for power, domination, violence.
Yeah, they're missing something in their life. They were never loved properly, and they're just trying to seek it, like me.
Well, going back, you seeking your dad after. What happened after 7 years? Did he pass away?
Well, that Christmas, I wrapped all the Christmas presents because my mom couldn't wrap any, including my own.
Why not?
Then it was too broken up.
Aww.
I don't get. Did he die or did he?
No, he just fucked off. I'm sorry.
He just left.
No,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Please.
And he was gonna go travel. He was gonna sail around the world. That was what he said. But he actually just moved about a half hour south and married his secretary.
Oh boy.
And you didn't have any relation. You didn't have any relationships with him?
He wants to. I can't do it, Malcolm. I can't forgive him. I don't want any relationship with him. He wasn't there for me, and now he's old and he wants me to love him now because he's old. Forget it. Look, man.
What is he trying to make amends or something?
Yeah, because
like
he's
that?
dying. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, forget it. Oh man, no. So yeah, my mother worked 3 jobs. I raised myself. She was an incredible mother. She wasn't great. She didn't have great parenting skills, but she dedicated her entire existence to me. And I raised myself. And I'm very isolated. I'm very not connected with humanity in the world. And I'm angry.
Do you have children?
I do. I have an awesome son.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He's amazing. He's a musician.
And what does he do?
And he's smart and talented too.
Yeah, he's going to Berkeley School of Music in Boston to study music business.
Woo! Wow.
He's amazing.
Is that a division?
You did something right.
I know.
Is that a division of Berkeley in California?
No, it's totally
No
different.
connection.
No, it's a whole
They
different
say it's
thing.
the #2 music school in the country, Malcolm.
That's what I've heard.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
So at least you know you did one thing right.
I
Yes.
didn't do anything right. I just stayed out of the way, Malcolm. I take nothing,
It was
no
Rocky,
response.
huh?
It was not me. Nothing. No.
Maybe staying out of the way was the best thing for him.
That's dude. I mean, look at me. Yes. Just yes. Keep me occupied and let that poor young human just have a decent childhood. Yeah.
So getting back to your work, what is the next step in fighting for the homeless?
Well, I'm going to try like hell to win this city council race. I've been to every primary voter in my ward twice. As soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to go I do about 50 to 75 doors a day. And I knock on all the doors. I'm going to try like hell to win. And I believe firmly, Malcolm, my entire life motto is you can't lose all the time. I mean, I expect you're just sheer odds. Someday I'm going to win something. And then I'm not going to know what to do, because then how am I going to be this guy? How can I be this kind of guy when I win something?
Well, then you're going to have to administer.
Ugh. Well, then I'm going to have to be positive. I'm going to be like Eminem. You know, Eminem was best when he was nobody. And now, you know, he's like still trying to bitch and moan, and he's like rich and famous, you know, like.
Well, he was a poor white kid. He was a rich white kid that thought he grew up in the ghetto.
No, he grew up on 8 Mile. He was poor, man. He was poor. Didn't you watch the movie 8 Mile?
No, as a matter of fact.
Go watch it, man. He's one of the greatest artists ever.
Anyway, when is the election?
May 2nd.
Oh, May 2nd. Okay, so that's around the corner.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm ready for it to be done one way or another. I've really had a good time. I like fighting. Fighting is.
I can tell.
There's no better place. I should have gone to war, but I like this. I'll fight anything, anytime, any day, anywhere.
Hey, listen, Sage, there are plenty of wars out there if you want to go.
I'm 51 now. I'm too old, aren't I? I mean, I guess I could. I could.
You become a mercenary.
Okay, smart. I'll think about it, Malcolm. I literally will. That does sound cathartic.
Okay.
But
Let me know
first
what's
help
happening.
us with our marketing.
Keep us informed about what happened with the election.
I will. Well,
less
yes.
than a month away. And are there people that can contribute to your campaign, or?
Yeah, I don't need any more money. I got plenty of money.
And what is your website where they could reach you?
SageLewis.com.
And you have a email address that they could send you some info?
Sure, Sage at SageLewis.com. You can find me on social media. If you thought this was fun, you should see my podcast.
How long is your podcast?
About an hour.
Take a look at MalcolmPresents.com.
I'm sitting there right now, Malcolm. I'm going to check it out right after we talk.
Yeah, and I'm looking for something to do on an ongoing basis, like once a week. But from what I'm looking at, people have a short attention span, especially if you want to get the younger folk. I'm looking for. Have
you ever watched Joe Rogan? He does 4-hour podcasts.
No, but I'm looking for about a 10-15 minute podcast daily.
Okay.
Not daily.
Oh, daily. Oh, fine.
Once a week.
Oh, well, yeah, do it. Aren't we doing one right now? Isn't that what's going on right now?
Yeah, no, this is a half hour, but this is a half. I think it's about a half hour. I lost time.
No, you can't. You're so enthralled by me, Malcolm. You're like 3 or 4 minutes over.
Oh, okay. Anyway, we'll talk off camera. Anyway, I thank you very much.
Hey, thank you, Malcolm. You're awesome.
Good luck on your campaign, on your election, and hopefully, when I speak to you, you will become a city council member, because people will be just pissed off with what's happening and they want to change.
I would think so. Jalen Walker's murderers are going to be exonerated next week, so they should be pretty pissed off about that.
Yeah.
Do you hear that? 90 bullets. They shot 90 bullets in an unarmed black man. Did you hear that?
Yeah, well, and I say to that, what else?
Jalen Walker. It was a while ago.
Anyway, guys, thank you very much, Yana. Thank you for bringing Sage upon us.
Like a disease, like a scourge.
Sage upon us.
Once you commit to the half hour, Malcolm, you're stuck with me. You're like, what have I gotten myself into? And you're like, now I got to do this for a half hour.
That's going to be our new podcast on Malcolm Presents. Sage upon us.
Scourge?
Sage upon us.
Sage upon us. Sage upon us.
Again, thanks very much. Good luck. And
thanks, Malcolm.
And you're listening to MalcolmPresents.com, streaming everywhere. Have a good week. Speak to you later. Bye.
The objective of the organization We the World is to facilitate cooperation on a global scale amongst groups and individuals dedicated to implementing solutions to the many challenges we face on the planet at this time.